Hi, this is part 4 of a series of video that I make about the disabled people's struggle in Penang. This is documenting the history of the disabled people's struggle. Now in part 3, I highlighted the memorandum that we submitted to the Municipal Council of Penang for their survey research input for the structure plan of Penang. Yesterday I highlighted some issues and I had to stop because it became too long for the video. We stopped at this section called reason for recommendations. So today I will continue, okay? Now, the first point about reasons for recommendation is that we're keeping with Rukun Negara. And then the essence of most religion that to respect and care as human being is the reason why this should be there should be access for disabled person. The second thing is that the access, if properly planned, will enable the disabled people to expand their daily activities. This would increase their opportunities to become self-reliant, productive, and responsible citizens when they join the mainstream society. So it's the concept of inclusive. The keyword is self-reliance. I mean, you don't have to depend on people when you go out. Then productive, because of good access, we're able to work, we are able to do, maybe start a business, and because of access, we will be able to earn a living and be responsible citizens. This actually is inclusive. The modern word is inclusive. The third point is that proper planning will stretch the dollars spent in buildings, in roads and all these things to benefit a large number of people. The fourth is very important. I will read the whole passage. Like other citizens, the disabled are expected to live up to their responsibilities to the nation by paying taxes, etc. As such, their needs should be considered in the planning of public facilities. This is their right as citizens. For example, the needs for the disabled should be considered in the principle of average when providing public facilities. General consideration is given only to the able body, in which matters as the height of telephone, switches and offices, etc. That means disabled persons' needs were not considered when other aspect, the pure aspect of the fourth point is very important. It started like this. Like other citizens, the disabled are expected to live up to their responsibilities to the nation by paying taxes, etc. As such, their needs should be considered in the planning of public facilities. You see, this is contrary to the idea that disabled are welfare cases. We are saying as early as 1985 that we want to pay taxes. We want you to build facilities for us, and we want to live as responsible citizens who can pay taxes. I mean, fully employed. Okay? Point 5, access facilities can be made Point 5, usually public facilities can be made accessible to most of the population at minimum cost. This is to re-emphasize the point that we talk about cost effectiveness. Then we come to a very extensively written recommendations for the government. I will not go through in detail, but I'll read the heading to you. Recommendations. 1. Public roads, pavement and sidewalks. The point A, point B, point C, point D, point E, point F. Then we talk about street furnitures. A, B, C, D, E, F. G. Then we talk about point 2, public transportation. A, B, C, D, the 4 points made. Then we talk about public buildings and public access to buildings. Then, okay, point A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and then housing. A, B, C, D, and then social and recreation facilities. A, B, C, D, and then legislation. A and B. I will read that. Local authorities and private bodies should incorporate relevant items of legislation on the disabled into their standard forms and contracts. This would be a great help in future development program. B. Construction plans should not be approved by government authorities unless adequate provisions has been made for the needs of the disabled in accordance with the above recommendations. In those days, there were no design standards for the needs of the disabled. So, our extensive recommendation was the basis that we hope the government will use to approve building plans, etc. Then conclusion. There are 5 points in the conclusion of the memorandum. Number one, we talk about the problem of access is not only for disabled person. It is also useful for other group of people. And then we quoted example of ramps are useful for people carrying loads, and or heavy trolleys, mothers with prams, children, etc. Point two, we talk about the lack of understanding of the authorities and organization providing public facility. Point three, we say that actually any person can be struck by disability at any time in one's life. And at the present, at this point in time, there are actually a lot of elderly people who need access as much as the disabled. So our argument were very valid. Point four, we talk about consultations with the disabled, in the sense that since at that time there were no design standards, so we say that please consult the disabled people or their organization when you want to build access facility. Number five, we just say that our recommendation is only serve as a useful guide. It is not exhaustive. And that again proven to be right, because later when Malaysian standards were published, the detail, the points, all the things were a lot more elaborate than what we recommended in the memorandum. But then the memorandum was ahead of time. I signed the memorandum as the chief coordinator. The paper was also signed by John Kim and Peter Chin as coordinators. And then there are other NGOs that endorse this paper, as stated in my previous video. Thank you for watching this video.